Eraserhead was a curious boy. He loved cats. He loved them so much he wanted to build them a magical town, just for cats. One day Eraserhead felt a little bit silly. He had drank too much juice. He giggled as he found a big cardboard box. "This," he declared, "will be the start of my kitty town." Eraserhead got to work. He cut windows and doors. He made tiny cardboard houses. He even added little chimneys on top. It was the perfect town for his furry friends. The town needed food. The cardboard streets were quiet, and the tiny windows looked out onto empty rooms. It was a kingdom built for cats, but something was missing. The houses waited, their little dishes empty, hoping for a feast to bring the town to life. Eraserhead knew just what cats liked best. Tuna, of course. He rummaged through the kitchen, searching for the perfect cans, his hands moving quickly as he picked out the tastiest ones. He imagined the cats' excitement at the smell of their favorite treat. He opened cans of tuna, the sound of the can opener echoing through the kitchen. The rich, fishy aroma filled the air, making his mouth water and his imagination run wild with thoughts of happy purring cats. Carefully, he put a little bit of tuna in each cardboard house, making sure every dish was filled just right. He wanted every cat to have a taste, so he spread the tuna evenly, creating a delicious trail throughout the cardboard kingdom. "Now my town smells delicious," he said, sniffing the air with a big grin. The scent of tuna drifted through the tiny streets, making the whole place feel warm and inviting, like a real home for cats. But where were the cats? The town was still empty, and Eraserhead felt a little worried. He needed a plan to attract his furry friends. He looked around, thinking hard about what might bring them running. He found an old basket tucked away in the corner, just the right size for a clever trap. It was sturdy and perfect for his next idea. He propped it up with a stick, making sure it balanced carefully. It looked just like the classic traps he'd seen in cartoons, and he felt a little thrill of excitement. Underneath, he put a bowl of creamy milk, knowing that no cat could resist such a tempting treat. The milk glistened in the light, promising a tasty reward. "This trap will work," he whispered to himself, feeling clever. He made more traps, each one a little different, spreading them all around the room to make sure no cat would miss out. He used boxes, blankets, and even his favorite toys to make the traps extra cozy and inviting. He wanted the cats to feel safe and happy when they arrived. Each trap had a tasty treat. Some had tuna, others had crunchy snacks or soft pillows. Eraserhead giggled, imagining the cat's surprise and delight. "Soon, my town will be full of meows," he said, his eyes shining with hope. He waited, heart pounding, ready to welcome his new furry citizens to their cardboard kingdom. Night slowly settled over the little town, wrapping everything in a gentle hush. Eraserhead, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness, tiptoed to the window and peeked outside. The world seemed to hold its breath. Not a single sound disturbed the stillness, and the only movement was the soft flutter of curtains as he watched the empty street below. The town looked magical under the moonlight, as if it had been dusted with silver. Every rooftop glimmered, and the cobblestones shone faintly, making the whole place feel like a scene from a dream. But there were no cats in sight. The streets were empty, and the alleys were silent. Not even a whisker twitched in the shadows. Eraserhead felt a little sad and wondered if maybe the cats hadn't noticed his carefully set traps. Maybe the milk wasn't tempting enough, or maybe the tuna wasn't smelly enough to lure them in. Just then, a sudden noise broke the silence, a faint rustle almost too soft to hear. Eraserhead's heart skipped a beat as he strained to listen, his eyes wide with hope. From behind a bush, a small, furry head cautiously popped out. It was a cat. Its eyes glowed in the moonlight, curious and bright as it sniffed the air. The cat crept forward, drawn by the delicious scent of milk and tuna. Step by careful step, it approached the trap, whiskers twitching with anticipation. It lapped up the milk with a happy purr, tail flicking contentedly. Eraserhead held his breath, hardly daring to move. Then, to his amazement, another cat appeared from the shadows. And then another, their eyes shining with excitement. Soon 3 cats were exploring his tiny town, weaving between the miniature houses and sniffing every corner. They loved the tuna, they loved the cozy little homes, and Eraserhead's heart swelled with happiness as he watched his whiskered guests play under the moonlit sky. 3 cats is good, thought Eraserhead, but 6 cats would be even better. He imagined a bustling little town, every corner filled with the sound of purring and playful paws. The more cats, the merrier, he thought, picturing his cardboard city coming alive with furry residents. He wanted his town to be full of furry friends. So he got to work, adding more traps and cozy hideouts, making sure there was a spot for every cat who might wander in. He carefully placed each box, hoping to attract even the shyest of kitties. He put out more tuna, filling bowls with the tastiest treats he could find. The delicious smell drifted through the air, a tempting invitation for any cat nearby. He even sprinkled a little extra, just in case someone was especially hungry. He waited and waited. Days went by. Eraserhead almost gave up. The cardboard town sat empty, and he wondered if maybe his dream was too big. But he kept hoping, peeking out the window every morning, wishing for a miracle. Then one morning he heard a symphony of meows. The sound echoed through the house, growing louder and more joyful with every second. It was as if the whole town had woken up at once. 6 cats were playing in his town. 6! They darted in and out of the cardboard houses, chasing each other and tumbling over the soft floors. The town was finally alive, just as he had dreamed. Eraserhead couldn't believe his eyes. He stood frozen for a moment, amazed at the sight of so many happy cats exploring every inch of his creation. His town was a success. Eraserhead smiled, feeling a warm glow of pride and happiness. All his hard work had paid off. He had built something special. The cardboard town was more than just boxes and tape. It was a home for his new friends, a place where they could play and feel safe. He couldn't wait to see what adventures awaited him and his feline friends. With every purr and playful leap, Eraserhead knew this was just the beginning, to be continued.